Representative Mark Rozzi is a survivor who has dedicated his legislative career to helping children by changing the statutes of limitation laws in Pennsylvania. When he was in 8th grade, Mark was abused by a priest at his school.
When I got home, I was hyperventilating and my mom knew something was wrong. I kept telling her, no, I'm okay, there's nothing wrong. And she's like, I feel like you're lying to me.
Like many child sex abuse survivors, it's too difficult to come forward and tell the whole story, even when family is willing to listen. Delayed disclosure, which Child USA is leading the research on, is just a fact for child sex abuse victims.
Being raised in an Italian family, going to Catholic school and going to church was something that was just part of our tradition. So after 8th grade, I still had to go to the Catholic senior high schools. I just wanted to try to be normal, and I tried to compartmentalize the trauma, which really only made it worse. I started pulling away back from my parents. My mom and I, our relationship started to deteriorate because I never wanted to be home anymore.
Many survivors suffer through years of trauma before they come forward because of shame and guilt and the fear of not being believed. Tragically, in 2009, one of Mark's friends, who was also a victim, took his own life.
So that's when I reached out to my legislator, Dante Santoni, and he looked at me across the table and said, Mark, you know, the Catholic Conference is a powerful lobbyist group up there along with the Insurance Federation, and they are blocking these bills right now.
They have spent millions, literally millions of dollars in lobbying efforts, and they've been successful.
I said to Dante, let's set up a meeting with Representative Tom Caltagirone, and I would like to meet him in person and ask him why these bills are being stalled in his committee. It was at that time, though, sitting across the table from Tom, where I told him my story, and he looked back at me and said, how can you even remember what happened to you when you were 13 years old?
Sitting at that table, across from Representative Tom Caltagirone, Mark experienced his worst fear. Fortunately for all of us, it did not break him, but instead lit a fire within him. Mark would go on to campaign, win Caltagirone's seat, and eventually become Speaker of the House.
When the opportunity arose for Mark to take the office of the Speaker, he did it because he knew that would be his best opportunity to try to get statute of limitations reform finally passed out of the General Assembly.
He just punched through this issue and has stuck with it to date. It's unbelievable.
The laws on the books at the time I ran were not protecting our children in this Commonwealth. They were protecting the pedophiles.
In Pennsylvania, Representative Rozzi partnered with our team at Child USA to open the door to lawsuits by child sex abuse victims against government entities, eliminated the damage caps for those claims, and
he also increased the statute of limitations civilly from age 30 to age 55, which is an incredible achievement.
Representative Rozzi and I have stood shoulder to shoulder, fighting for a Pennsylvania window. His authenticity and persistence are inspiring.
Having Marcy fight for victims and use her experience and knowledge about constitutionality gave us victims so much hope.
What I really liked about working with Child USA is they're not a political organization. It's about protecting kids and trying to pass laws that are fair and provide justice to victims throughout the Commonwealth.
We need to stand with Child USA and fight with them to change these laws in every state in this union.
Child USA is grateful to Representative Mark Rozzi for his commitment and his partnership. We will continue to fight together to protect children everywhere.
And why I'm asking many others to support Child USA is because they're out there protecting your children.